Hello, welcome to today. It's a bright sunny day here in Lincolnshire in the UK, the 9th of June 2016, and it's a 30-minute mentor session, and hopefully you can see my screen and you can hear what I'm saying. And today's training, I'm going to be having a little bit of a rant about some of the things that are going on in online business. So first of all, if you can just let me know, you can just type a 1 or something like that into the chat box. That'll let me know that you can see my screen and hear my voice, and we can carry on. What I've got to say to you today, you may or you may not like, but I'm not here to win a popularity contest. I'm here to try and help you with the truth and get you to understand what you need and how to work an online business so that you're going to make money from it. So if there's anybody there now that you can see my screen and hear my voice, then I would appreciate it if you can just let me know by typing 1 into the chat box, or you can be a bit more explicit if you want. You can say see and hear, or see and don't hear, or whatever it is that's going on, and then we can progress. There are lots of exciting opportunities available online, but for the large part they are misrepresented, and because of that they're misunderstood. Thank you, Thelma, I appreciate you. So we can proceed and get on with things. I want to just really go through how to start making money online, but I want to try and help you to understand that an online business is just that. It's a business, and it's a business that operates mainly on the internet. It's not some miracle that's going to automatically fill your bank account with millions of dollars. It's a business, and it needs to be treated as a business if you hope to make a profit rather than have an expensive hobby. I've talked about setting goals, and you probably have seen lots of other stuff about setting goals and what you should do and how you should go about it. But the first thing that you should be setting is your budget. You've got to have money to start a business. It may be possible to start a business with no money, but I've never met anybody that's done it and been successful. Nothing is impossible, but you need to be planning. You need to say, okay, this is my future. I'm going to put aside a certain amount of cash, even if it means doing without something. I'm going to put aside a certain amount of cash every month to build my business for my future. Because you need tools when you're setting up a business. If you were on the high street, your tool would be, you need a shop front. You might just be in a market, but you still need a market stall, and you need perhaps a cash register, or you need one of these little machines that takes people's credit cards. You need some sort of tools. You need things. If you've got a market stall, you need a van to get all your stuff there and to get back. If you've got a shop, you need a telephone. Can you manage without a telephone? Yeah, of course you can. But it's a lot easier with one. Can you manage without a till? Yeah, you probably can. But it's a lot better if you have one. Can you manage without a counter? Yeah, you could put everything on the floor and let people sort through it. But it's better if you've got something. If you've got proper displays, it's better if you've got the tools. And an online business is no different. You need tools for your online business. And that is how you should be starting. You should be thinking about getting the tools. because that is what you need before you think about anything else. If you had a weed-strewn acre of ground that somebody gave to you, and they gave you a bag of seeds, what would you do? Would you just scatter the seeds all over on top of the weeds and just hope that you got a crop of whatever it was the seeds were for, corn or cabbages or whatever it might be? No, it'd be ridiculous. You wouldn't do it. You'd clear away the weeds. And how would you do that? Would you go about it with your bare hands? Would you start pulling the weeds up? And you might start that way, but very soon your hands would get to a state where you couldn't go on. You'd need to get a spade or a shovel or a rake or a hoe, or better still, a plough and a tractor. You'd want to get the best tools you can to make the job as easy as possible. And even if you had a tractor and all the attachments that come with it, so that you could plough the ground and plant the seed and spray the crops and harvest them with some mechanical device, it'd still take planning and it'd still take effort. You've still got to stay on top of things. You've still got to do the work, but it just makes it that much easier. So I use that example because what I find is people come online and they come to me and they say, I want to make 5,000 a month. And I say, okay, how much have you got to start? Oh, I haven't got any money. Have you got any tools? Have you got a website? Have you got an auto? No, I haven't got anything. What do you know about it? I don't know anything. All I know is I want to make 5,000 a month. You know, how can people come online and expect to do that with no training, no tools, no capital? And yet, I see it a lot. I see that's what's happening. So you've got to set a budget. You've got to decide what you are worth to you. People, oh, I haven't got any money. What do you mean you haven't got any money? You've got money. It's just that you're spending it on other things. Now, if your business is important to you, you've got to take some of that money and allocate it to your business. Whether you give up eating breakfast, it probably do your health good anyway, to do without one of the meals that you have in a day. Whether you do without that cup of coffee with your friends. You know, whether you stop going to the cinema, whether you give up smoking, whether you give up drinking, whether you give up watching television, which is a good idea. Get rid of your TV or something. It'll save you a bit on your electric bills. Whatever you've got to do, you've got to set a budget. You've got to have some capital and you've got to have some idea of how valuable you are. And if you say, well, I've got no money, I've got nothing, you know, that's the value you're setting on yourself. You're saying, I'm not worth anything. And if you think that you're not worth anything, that's what you're going to make. The more you think you're worth, the higher you're going to set your budget. And the more you think you're worth, the more money you're going to make. It really is as simple as that. So once you've set your budget, what do? What have you got to do when you set your budget? Well, you've got to find something to sell, because a business is about selling something. Whatever it is you are selling, that is your business. Every business sells something, whether it's a service, whether it's a product, no matter what it is, a business is selling something, because if there's no sale made, there is no business there. And when you've decided on what you're going to sell, then you need to think about how you're going to do it. And I'll tell you what you should not be starting with, and this is where most people start. You should not be starting with an MLM business. Why shouldn't you be starting with an MLM business? Lots of people start with an MLM business, you say to me. Yes, they do. And lots of people don't make any money. But some people do, you say to me. Yes, they do, but they're few and far between. I've made a lot of money with multi-level marketing, but I've seen so many people fail and not make money and lose money with a multi-level marketing business. Does that mean that multi-level marketing doesn't work? No, it doesn't. Does it mean that you should never get involved in MLM? No, it doesn't. But what I'm telling you is you should not be starting with multi-level marketing. The people that can build a successful multi-level marketing business quickly enough to make it worthwhile are few and far between. And it's all very well people saying to you, look, if he did it, there's no reason why you can't do it. That's like saying everybody's the same. They're not. You're not the same as that person that made it. You might be one of the people that really can make it. But very, very few people have the ability to build an MLM business fast enough to make it pay before they either give up or swap ships or do whatever they do. It's not the ideal place to start. Why not? Because of the commission structure, which is so attractive. You know, if you get 5 people and they get 5 people who get 5 people and they get 5 people, and you go through 5 levels, you've got thousands of people in your business. And if you're only making $1 a day, $1 a month off each of them, you've still got a retirement income. So you shouldn't start with a multi-level marketing business. Because of that structure. You should be starting with a business that is going to pay you more money up front. Multi-level marketing is a great system, but you build that on the side. Once you've got going, you build it as a retirement plan, because it's hard to make money with it starting out. So you take your multi-level marketing business and you build it on the side just as an add-on. It's not your main priority when you're getting started. As it grows, okay, you can go fully into that business. But initially, it's not where you should be starting. And then there are 3 phases of your business. First of all, you've got to set up your business, and you'll be working in your business. You'll be doing all the hard graft. You'll be doing all the hard grind. You'll be learning, and you'll be applying what you learn and making an effort. And my screen share seems to have stopped. Let me just check that. Let's get back to my screen share if I can. Where? I think. There we go. I think that's it. I think we should have the screen share back now. Hopefully, that's all that's gone wrong. I am putting in a new webinar system, which I've already bought. I've just not been through all the training on it, so I don't know exactly what's going to be happening with it enough to get it running. But hopefully by next week, we'll be on the new webinar system, and it'll be improvement on this. Now, where was I up to? Okay, don't start with MLM. You're going to have to work in your business. You're going to have to learn to do things, and you've got to plan for traffic. Traffic is the lifeblood of your business. You've got to have traffic. It's the same as if you have a shop on the high street. If nobody is ever going past your window, you're not going to get people in your door. And if you don't get people in your door, you're never going to sell anything. And it's the same online. If you don't have people coming to your website, people aren't going to get interested enough to look at what you're selling, and you will never make any sales. You've got to have the traffic there. There's lots of ways of getting traffic, but the best way is to pay for traffic. And I know people, oh, I haven't got any money to pay for traffic. I'm only just starting. I've got no money. It's got to be in your budget. Because if you're not paying for traffic, you're not going to get much traffic at all. It's very, very, very difficult to build a business without paying for traffic. Is it possible? Yeah. But for most people, it's going to happen so slowly that they're going to get fed up with it, and they're going to say this doesn't work, and they're going to move on to the next shiny object. I see your question there, Selma. I'll answer that in a moment for you. But what I suggest you do is cancel that payment. You can go into your Empower business and you can get your money back. You can stop that. But I'll talk to you about that in a moment. Let me carry on with this. So you've got to plan for traffic. Okay. And as I say, there are 3 stages of your business. First of all, you're going to be working in it. You're going to be learning, and you're going to be doing everything because that's the best way to learn. You read about it, you follow somebody's examples, and you do it yourself. And the next best way of learning is teaching it to somebody else. So you want to be doing that. And if you're lucky, when you set up your business and you get in it and you work hard, after about 60 to 90 days, you'll break even or even make a small profit. But if you expect to be making money overnight, then you've got the wrong idea about how business works. If you have an offline business, they reckon 3 to 5 years to break even. Online, you can do it in 60 to 90 days if you put in the effort. Maximum effort. Anything less than maximum effort, and it's going to take you longer. And the longer it takes, the more frustrated you're going to get, and you're going to say, oh, this doesn't work, and you're going to move on to something else. And that is not going to get you anywhere, because you're just going to become one of these butterflies that hops around all the time and never makes any money anywhere. Now, once your business is making a small profit, then you can step back. Because at the moment, while you're in there and you're struggling, that's when it's like being in the forest and you can't see the wood for the trees. You've got to get out of the forest and you say, oh yeah, look at that. You've got to step back, and then you can start to work on your business by making it more efficient, analyzing it, testing the results, striving to increase profitability by cutting down expenses or increasing conversions, or there's lots and lots of ways. You've got to start working on your business, putting in automation, doing different things. And then finally, and this can take you years sometimes. If you've laid strong foundations in the first two steps, then you'll be able to automate your business, and you'll be able to outsource the tasks that you can't automate, so that your business is then working for you. And that is when you'll be able to have and enjoy that much talked about but seldom achieved laptop lifestyle. But you've got to understand, you've got to go through the steps to get there. You can't just expect to come in with no money, no knowledge, no tools, and make 5,000 a month. How long will it take you to make 5,000 a month? It varies. Some people can make it quickly, 2-3 months. Some people can make more than that. Once you really get going, it's amazing how fast things will grow, but it's going to take time before you start to see that happening. And you've got to plan things the right way. You've got to go about getting your tools in place first, and then finding something to sell that's not MLM, something that's going to pay you decent commissions. When I say decent commissions, something that is going to get close to breaking even on your paid traffic. And then once you're getting close to breaking even, you can start scaling up, and you're building a list, and you can start to make money. But if you're going about it the other way, if you go and get involved in some opportunity, which is what most people do, they get involved in an opportunity. Usually it's a multi-level marketing opportunity, and they're told to go out and promote this web page. And even if they promote it, even if they get leads coming in, what they're making is not sufficient to get them started. They're losing money every month. And if you're losing money every month, you're going to get fed up with it, and you're going to give up. Okay, Thelma, Empower I don't like at all. I know I started it and I got involved in it, but I have posted things about this, telling people what to do. And what you should do, and what I've recommended everybody do, and I've posted about this and posted on Empower and in the various groups that I run, is you cancel any automated payments to them. Now, what you're going to do is they're going to say, well, you're out of benefit eventually, and they're not going to pay you anything. But if you keep getting charged fees, I can't see how you're ever going to make enough to get those back. And I stopped them charging me long ago. And all I do now is I go in there and I post various things as a free sort of notice board. And I a free notice board, and I do get traffic from there and sales, and that's, I'm happy with that. The notional cash that you earn in Empower, I don't like. So also the system, success coaches and things, I'm not really happy with. But what you can do, Thelma, is you can go into your back office. Let me see if I can pull up Empower. Have I got an Empower window open anywhere? Just bear with me a second. I'll open one. Empower.com, isn't it? I thought I had one open, but I can't see it. And if you go into, let me put this on the screen. Let me get back here, and we'll stop this screen share, because really that's what I wanted to say. I wanted to have a rant about that. People get the wrong ideas, and they're never going to make money. Yet in the way they're doing. So Empower, here we go. So you go in, and I think it's in your wallet or something like that. My balance, is it? Well, there is somewhere. I think probably it's this power up. What they do is they automatically power you up, and they charge you a lot of money for it. Okay, they'd want me to pay $203 to power up, and in addition to that, they've deducted $203 from my money in Empower that I'm supposed to have earned, and then they say, okay, and we'll give you half of what you spent back. So they give you $100 back. So it's actually cost you $100. So you're out of pocket with it all the way through. Now, I think if you go in here or you look at your power level somewhere, and you might have to go through your power coach to find out, but you can reverse that entry. And that's what I recommend you do. About me, ads, blogs, and people I trust you on newsfeed, balance what can you get more power? Maybe it's there. There we go. Pay your ad platform fees, increase your network value. I'm pretty sure there is somewhere that you can reverse that charge. You just have to look around if you can't find it. Also put in a note to your success coach or whatever they're called, and they will reverse the charge, but you will not then be able to draw any money, and you'll end up like me with not being monetized, and you can't draw any money out anyway. But that to me is preferable, because the money that you're supposed to have, I mean, they say I've got 4,500, but they tell me if I pay 200 because I cancelled this before, I've got to wait another 90 days. I've got to be continuously active for 90 days. And in that 90 days, they're going to keep charging me and upgrading me. And by the time I get to the end of the 90 days, I'm going to have nothing left here anyway. So it's not, to me, a viable option. What I would do is cancel that. If you paid through PayPal, cancel any subscriptions that you've got in PayPal so that they can't charge you in the future, and cancel that upgrade and get your money back. And I would recommend that to everybody else. And as I say, I have posted on this on various occasions about that. So that is Empower. Come out of screen share. There we go. Yeah. I'm sorry you got involved in it. It is useful. I mean, I managed to get out of it roughly breaking even on what they charged me and what I was able to draw out before they stopped me drawing out and this sort of stuff. But it is useful to post things. You can go in there and you can post links to your blog. You can post links to offers. You can do all sorts of things without being a paid member. You just post them and people will see them and you will get some traffic from it. So it's just another place to post free at that. Okay, so I hope that helps you, Thelma. I know that I promoted this when I first got involved, and I thought, oh yeah, great, what a great system. But the longer I was in, the more disillusioned I became. And as I say, it's probably 3 months ago I recommended everybody cancelled all the subscriptions that they have. So that's Empower. Do we have any questions on anything marketing? I tell you what I've got, and it's I think this is a great opportunity. I've done a blog on it where Let me see if I can find it. Here we go. You may have seen this. People have been promoting it for a while. Let me get back to screen share. But it is still relatively new. I've been approached quite a lot of times, and eventually I took a look at it, and it's United Games, and it's a gaming app that they're bringing out, and it's linked to sports. Sports is extremely popular, and you can become an affiliate now and start building a business with this. Let me put a link in the chat section for you. And there are no fees at present. However, when they launch officially, which is going to be in the autumn or the fall if you're in America, so around about September, October time, when they actually allow people to download this app and start using it, if you're an affiliate, you pay, can't remember what the fees are now, but you've got to agree to these at present to be an affiliate. They won't charge you anything. I think it's $29 for a once only payment, and then it's $10 a month or something like that. But the potential with this business is absolutely massive. I mean, you've got games now that are producing literally millions of dollars in a day, and they're not in as big a niche as this. And if you are interested in sports, or even if you're not interested in sports, there are so many people that are. This is going to really take off. And if you build now, I say you can build your business, build your affiliates, build people that just don't want to be affiliates and just want to be games. Let me get to the page here. Then you can, when it does launch, you will have quite a team there, and the potential income is huge. If you are not in already, you can join with me. If you email me at, as you can see it on the screen there, ug@nomagicbullets.com. Include your first name, last name, a mobile phone number with your area code. It'll look like something like this. It'll be 11 digits, and a valid email address. And once I receive that, each one of these has to, at the moment it's a bit of a pain, you have to set it up individually at present. When they launch, you'll have like an affiliate page and things, and people will be able to join a lot easier. But at the moment, you've got to set this up and send out a unique code to everybody that wants to join. So it just takes a little bit of a while to get that sent to you. But once you receive it, you've got 72 hours to accept. You can accept it as an affiliate, which I recommend, and be prepared to pay the affiliate fee in when they launch, September, October time. As I say, it's only going to be, it's around $30, and that's a once only setup thing, and then there's $10 a month. If you've done nothing with it, if you join and you've done nothing with it, then you just cancel, you don't pay, because they're going to tell you a week before they're going to charge you. You can just say, oh no, I don't want to carry on with it. But if you've done what I recommend and gone out and started building a team and you've got people in, then it's going to make sense for you to say, okay, yeah, let's go with it and pay, you know, $10 a month. What is it? Nothing. And the potential is absolutely ginormous. It's gigantic. So take a look at it. There's a little video on here from them, explains a little bit about it. and send in. Now, if you decide that, yeah, I'm interested, but I only really want to play the game, you can also pre-register for that, and you'll be amongst the first that be able to download it and play the game. And you can do that, and then of course there's never any charge for that unless you want to buy tokens and things. I don't really know how games work. I know I don't play games on mine, but I know that people get involved in games and things like Angry Birds and whatever else, and they play it free for a while, and then they want to upgrade and they pay not very much usually, maybe it's $1 or something like that, but that small amount that those people are paying generates millions of dollars a day in this industry. And in addition to that, they're going to have advertising on the site and on the app and different things. Very exciting. So I recommend you get involved in that. If you want to be just a gamer, you can register as a gamer and you'll be amongst the first to be able to download the app. If you want to be an affiliate, which to me makes sense, for it's such a low cost, then get involved and start building now, and then in September, October time, or whenever it is, you will have to pay your fees of $30 or whatever it is. It's not a lot, but I mean it's whatever it is. I think it's 29 something or other, and then 9 something or other a month. And you will have the potential to make literally a fortune. So there it is. UG at No Magic Bullets. We need your first name, last name, mobile phone number. It's 11 digits with your country code, and a valid email address. And we'll get your invitation off to you. It's invite only, and then you'll be able to do the same. And if you're in as an affiliate and you want to copy this web page, by all means, copy it and use it yourself, and I'll help you get that set up if you want. And start building your business. Do it as a sideline because it's costing you nothing. At the moment, I've not even got this set up with a landing page because I only got involved late last night. I just wanted to get something up so that people on my list could go get in. But as I make time, won't be today, but as I make time tomorrow or the day after, I'll have some landing pages so that people that want to get in can opt into a list, and then they can keep them up to date with the with information, emails, and of course you're building your list at the same time, and people that are interested in this may be interested in other things too. So there it is. So I wanted to just mention that to you as well. So that's there. And I can't see any questions having come in anywhere about marketing or anything. We only had that one from Thelma, which hopefully I've answered okay. And so with that, I'm going to wish you all a wonderful day. As I say, hopefully by next week, I'll be sending out emails because we'll have a new webinar platform, which I think will be more efficient than this and more fun to work with and more beneficial to everybody. So keep an eye open for the emails on that, and God bless you all, and have a wonderful, wonderful day and a wonderful week. God bless.